Hello guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're gonna talk about BTC. We're gonna talk about Ethereum, Litecoin. We're gonna talk about most of the DeFi coins. Also, as you can see, BTC is breaking out and looking to break basically a 18,600 range. Previous resistance was just about like 18.5. Now we just broke it. So let's see over the next few hours if BTC going to be bulls going to be able to push higher and break all-time high, right? So if you're new to our content, make sure to hit the likes, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Link, you can basically join our public Telegram group, link in the description. All right. So as you can see, like over the last few days, we've been paying attention to BTC and the 8-hour 21 EMA. As you can see, BTC been holding very strong above the 8-hour 21 EMA, and now it is basically looking to break to the upside, right? So now let's take a look at basically daily time frame. Everything is bullish on the daily, no sign of reversal yet, right? So it is still pumping to the upside. Just broke the previous resistance, just about like 18,500. So let's see over the next like few hours if we're going to be able to close above this range, right? So now the most important key is like the most important key indicator, it is going to be our MACD. As we said previously, right? MACD and RSI pretty bullish, extremely bullish, right? So you take a look at our 3-day MACD. We said we needed MACD to basically stay above 89 for some possible bear trend, right? But as of now, it is still bullish and MACD is at 90. So we don't see any, we haven't seen any sign of reversal yet. So, if you're bullish, all you need to do is just stay with the trend. No sign of reversal yet, right? So that's the only thing we need to know on a 3-day basis, right? So now let's take a look at the weekly. So weekly time frame, it is quite overextended. That's one of the most aggressive week, right? Since like we broke out to the upside after the retest of the weekly 21 EMA. That's one of the most bullish weekly candle right now. Okay, so it is a good sign, right, for the bulls, but for the bears, in order to basically get any chance of a reversal pattern over the next few weeks and so on, it's like they gotta turn this candle red. I know it is nearly, it feels nearly impossible, right, to close the weekly candle up below 16K, right? If the bears are able to basically close the candle below 16K, we're gonna start like to look for some lower numbers. But as of now, most likely BTC is gonna stay in this range and try to challenge 20K area. So if you're a bear, it's not a good time to be looking for lower numbers right now until we basically get a weekly bearish candle, right? Hey, what's up, K4 Liberty? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Hey, what's up, Don? We got Sweet Canary, Kavish, Dr. Harry in the house, Thomas in the house, Alonzo in the house, XRP Army. We're going to talk about XRP, later on. XRP basically broke above 27 cents, right? So we're just looking for XRP to close above 28 cents over the over the next like few weeks, just to try to close above a monthly 21 EMA, right? But most importantly, guys, BTC is right now looking very bullish. No sign of reversal yet for the bulls, so looking very great. Okay, looking very good as of now. Okay, so let's just keep that in mind. Now let's take a look at the monthly time frame. So when you take a look at the monthly, once again, okay, that's the first monthly candle, right? Close above like a 14.8, right? Not 14.8 but 13.8. You guys remember last year we did talk about it like before the pump to the upside when BTC was like right around like 11, and I was like 14K was the easiest target. Why 14K was the easiest target? If you notice, like back in 2017, we could not, on a monthly basis, we could not close above like a 14K, which was exactly like 13,800 range, right? We could not close above it. So when BTC was like 11K and so on, I was like, man, we most likely gonna hit 14K very soon, and we did that exactly. And you can see like as long as we close above 14k, not even 14k, but like let's say 13.5, the very next monthly candle is actually very, very, very bullish, right? So that's a good sign, but we just have to avoid, like, you know, closing the monthly once again below 14k. We cannot close below 14k. I know most bears, right, and most people, they want to buy again somewhere around like 10k and so on, right? But we cannot close below 10k, I mean 14k at all. So you know, if we close below 14k, once again, we're going to get a very bearish monthly candle, like, you know, the one we got back in August 2019, just like that. And you know what happened next, right? We did, you know, drop all the way down to basically low 3k, I mean low 4k area, right? So it is a no for now. For the bulls, you know, best thing to do is just keep the price within this candle, right, within this monthly candle. Even if, you know, we see a drop down to like a 15, you know, 15.8, 15.9 over the next few days and so on, not this week, once again, it is still going to be a bullish pattern. All right, so everything is bullish on BTC as of now, right? So you take a look at the quarterly chart. We talk about the quarterly chart, a possible breakout, and you can see like we did manage to break this key area of 11, broke the you know, 13.8. Now we don't have any resistance, guys. No resistance above 14k. Zero resistance, right? Zero resistance for BTC. So we talked about the 50-day candle also back in late October, right? We said when you take a look at the 50-day candle, I was like, you know, if we close above 10.5, it is going to be extremely bullish, right? Because we know the last 50-day candle of every year, once again, I just have to repeat it, it is one of the most volatile candle for BTC. Okay, if you go back and test it back in 2017, if you've been around since, like, you know, 2017, October 2017, you can see like we basically started pumping right around like October 28th, and we pump all the way up to all-time high 20k. And you can see like when we capitulated down below the you know, 50-day 21 EMA, you can see like we basically started capitulating on the last 50-day candle of the year, right? The 40% pump, right, was right there. Okay, the 40% pump, after we got the 40% pump, we started dipping down right after we opened the 50-day candle, right? So you can see like that's why I was saying like the next 50-day, right, starting like October 28th, going to be very volatile. And this candle gonna close like December 16, December 17. So basically we just have to suck it up, right, and not try to do anything if you're bullish, not try to do any in and out, and just stay with the trend, you know, according to you know, the previous you know, the previous pattern, right? We could be expecting like BTC to be very volatile all the way, you know, all the way up to like you know, December 16, December 17, right? So not saying we're gonna be pumping all the way up, right? But all I'm saying is this range could be very volatile, and it could easily break all-time high, right? As you can see, all-time high is not that far away. Okay, it is not that far away. So, and that's a 50-day candle. If you take a look at it on the monthly, you're not going to see it on the monthly, because monthly, you know, this candle closed like mid-December, right? So, and this one going to close mid-December again. So we might not even be closing above 20k, right? Not saying we won't, right? But on a monthly basis, we might not even be closing above like 20k. Do you see what I'm saying? So we can break it, but by like late December and so on, it might dip down to like 16k and so on. So it's going to leave a big wick to the upside. That's a possibility. Not saying it would happen, right? But something like to keep in mind, just in case you know, we start dipping to the downside, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum, because Ethereum broke our basically $500 range, and so I don't like to take a look at 50-day candle for Ethereum, but let's go ahead and take a look at the 2-day candle for Ethereum. So Ethereum on Binance, basically bulls managed to basically they managed to break a 480 range, and I said it previously. I said it in my premium group, and I was like, anything, you know, anything in this range of 450, right, to 475, it is a good buy. Okay, because we got a target above like 500 range to mid 500, right? So just, you know, we just have to accumulate. You know, if you're basically making profits off of a other alt, you just buy Ethereum and basically just sit on it till we basically break above like 500. You can even be adding more to your position all the way up to mid 500 range. So it is bullish right now. And next resistance I'm looking for Ethereum, as you can see, we breaking this key area, right? That's the resistance we got right there. This range, basically, it is, you know, the 520, 516, right? You guys remember, as soon as we broke what? We broke like 410, 413. I was bullish on Ethereum, right? So you can see that's the same level, 413 right there, right? Was acting as a resistance, and you can see like we're still facing resistance all the way up to basically 511. That's one of the reasons I'm saying like 513 and so on, we might get a slight push to the downside to retest like a 480 and so on. So don't basically be surprised if you see like Ethereum dip down below 500 over the next few hours just to retest like the support area of 575, 585 area. So it is still going to be bullish, right? But next level to look for, it is going to be roughly around like this range, right, of mid 550. Okay, 550 all the way up to 600 range. Basically, we do not have a big resistance. If you really take a look at it in terms of like big rejections, right, that's the only big rejection we got right there. And this one, it is almost at 800, right? So let's see. Okay, we got 550 and 600 range, next major support, but the biggest, next major resistance, but the biggest resistance going to be roughly around like 800. So if BTC is to break all-time high, most likely, the Ether bulls is gonna get very confident, and they could be looking for higher numbers over the next few trading sessions, right? So let's just keep that in mind. Hey, what's up, Clay? Jordan in the house. We are no longer doomed. I mean, I wouldn't be saying like we're no longer doomed, but market is, you can't force the market to drop as of now, right? Until we basically see a bearish pattern, right? If you guys remember, if you've been watching long enough, right? Back in June, July, right? I was saying like Ethereum gonna drop down to like $80. And early February, I was saying also Ethereum gonna retest it, right? So we got two retests, right? So let's see if we're gonna get some sign of reversal, right, over the next few days, or weeks, or month. As of now, Ethereum doesn't have any sign of reversal. Even a drop to the downside, it is still going to be bullish. You're gonna get a possible, hidden bullish divergence somewhere around here. Or you're gonna get a flat correction, right? You're gonna get this flat correction right there. That's the only bearish setup I could find for Ethereum, and it is a bullish pattern, right? Even if Ethereum dropped down here, right, to like low 300 range, you got to be able to basically buy the dip, because we're just not sure if this pattern, which is bullish, right, it is a bullish pattern, it is a bullish pattern. Even if we dip down 25%, right, it is still a bullish pattern, and you could get a possible bullish divergence, something like that, hidden bullish divergence, right? You're gonna get all your indicators gonna look like this, right? But price is not even gonna break this range, okay? So, and then you're gonna be looking for a further move to the upside, right? So let's just keep that in mind. I wouldn't be FOMOing right now, but it is bullish, okay? Don't FOMO. I'm not saying to go ahead and basically long Ethereum 100x, all of that good stuff, but all I'm saying is we don't have any resistance up to basically 600 range, right? So now let's take a look at Ethereum on the lower degree. So on a daily basis, pretty bullish. We've seen like a lot of selling volume, sell volume in this range of even though it is accumulative, right, we've seen a lot of sell volume. So we just have to be cautious, right? Even though it is bullish, the overall chart is bullish, but we've been seeing like a lot of sell volume right there. So let's just be cautious. If you basically, you know, in a great position, you just have to protect your position and put a stop loss and see where the market going to take you. If you know, we're going to be able to pump all the way up to 550 over the next few hours or so on, right? So now let's take a look at 8-hour basis. On the 8-hour basis, we dipped yesterday, right? And I was like, it is still bullish. Some of us been scalping it and all of that good stuff, right? But all I was saying is just try to stay with the trend. 8-hour 21, just like BTC. We dip down here, pump back above it. When we dip down to like 450, 550, I started to be like, oh, we could dip down to the daily 21. But we did not basically dip down to daily 21, which was like just about like 430, right? So it is a good sign, guys. Like a very, very bullish daily candle. 8-hour looks great. You can see like close right above resistance, right? As you can see, that's the second candle above it, guys. Ether bulls not playing right now. Okay, they're not playing right now. So let's see what we're gonna get over the next few basically hours and so on, right? So pretty bullish, right? So that's the type of setup I was just showing you on a 2-day basis, right? Saying like even if we drop down again, we could get a similar structure like that, right? We could get a similar structure like that, where price gonna dip down, right? If you're a bear, you can count on it, right? If you're bullish, you don't care about this setup. It's only for the bears, you know, in case like, you know, they looking to short Ether somewhere around here. So you don't want to short Ether right there, right? So, and basically, indicator gonna look like this, okay? It could be a very sharp drop if, you know, we're gonna get something like that, right? Because, you know, the indicator has to travel a lot, right? And very fast in order to create the bullishness, for the next pump to the upside, right? So now let's take a look at Chainlink, right? So I've been bullish on Chainlink over the last few weeks, right? So since like we dropped down to like 382, ever since we dropped down to the let's take a look at it on Link. Okay, let's just remove everything. Okay, let's take a look at Link on the 2-day basis first. Right, so ever since we dropped down to the daily 2-day 100 EMA, that was my target when Link basically broke out and then started to dip down. I was like, we're gonna get support somewhere around like 7.8. It dipped down to 7.2, give or take, right? So that's good enough. Now we basically looking to retest all-time high. So no, I'm still bullish. I'm looking for like 17 to 18. It can still pump to like $20 and so on, but not to be greedy. Best thing to do is start like taking profit just about like 16.3 to 17.3 and let the market do the work all the way up to basically 19 and 20, right? So but you can see like we could retest the all-time high, which is like $19-20 range. However, something like we also got to keep in mind for Link, last time it took like Link almost like from like June 2019 all the way up to basically March, like we broke it sometime like June, right? July 2020. It took Link like over 12 months, all right, to break all-time high. I mean, we did break it right there, but it wasn't significant, right? So basically to get a clear breakout above all-time high, it took like 12 months. So I'm not saying we're gonna see the same setup, right? But all I'm saying is, we just have to watch out just in case once again, bears decide to basically give us another basically retest of 0.618, right? Because remember, we just retested 382, which was also like the 2-day 100 EMA, right? However, if like we're gonna retest like 50% to basically a 0.618, right? I'm gonna be bullish in this range. I'm still bullish on Link all the way up to $20, but I'm gonna watch out, right? And try to be cautious, just about like a $20 to $22 range, just in case we get a dip to the downside. and you know, price going to be retesting basically you know, 50% to 0.618 you know, fib retracement, right? So let's just keep that in mind, right? But once again, if you're bullish, you should not be you know, if you're a long-term hodler, right, you know, it's not a big deal for Link to dip down to 3.6. All right, so it is just going to be another opportunity to basically accumulate more Link. Remember, I was looking for Link to drop down to $1 back then, but it broke out to the upside. But one thing you guys don't basically remember is like, I was very bullish on Link right there, just about like, you know, in this range I was bullish on Link, right? I was bearish on Link right there, right? And I was bearish on Link right there also. So you got to remember all of that good stuff. So just because like we've been expecting Link to drop from $5 to retest the low and it did pump to the upside, doesn't mean like we, you know, we weren't basically bullish on Link over the, you know, over the last few months and so on, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at basically Litecoin and let's take a look at XRP first. So you guys know I've been very bullish on XRP over the last few months. However, XRP been dropping and keep dropping, right? So, and I was basically paying attention to XRP BTC, which was basically the most important indicator for an XRP bull market. XRP BTC. Let's take a look at XRP BTC on Poloniex, right? So if you go back and check my previous analysis for XRP BTC, I was calling for 1,000 sats for XRP BTC, right? However, we dipped down to like 1,300. Okay, so I think that's close enough for now. It's not guaranteed like we're gonna pump to the upside. Once again, you cannot trust the market at 100%, right? But you know, I think like 1,300, if basically gonna be, you know, going to be breaking all-time high, XRP gonna, you know, XRP bulls could take a cheap shot and basically break this key level of resistance, which is just about like 2,000 area. So we need to jump back above 2,000 area to start like being very confident, right? But as of now, we're looking good. XRP USD above 30 cents, it is great, but XRP BTC is not looking that great so far, right? But it is a good time to start like accumulating just in case we do not retest 1,000 sats. Remember, it can even dip down to 500. I'm not saying it will, but this key area, that's a level, you know, we gotta watch and be cautious. Even though we're buying right now, right, XRP, you know, for a possible XRP BTC to gain some value, right? We just have to be cautious, okay? We could get a big move from XRP if we can basically break above this key level, right? Also, XRP USD, we're looking to break the monthly. We already broke it. So, but the monthly 211 EMA, that's the key level I'm looking for, right? Yes, my first target was like 31, 32 area. Second target, it is basically just about like the high 30 cents, right? But you know, the macro scale, what I'm looking for is like, I just want to see XRP to close above the monthly 211 EMA. If like we can close above, if the bulls can close above the monthly 211 EMA, we could get a very high confidence, right? A very high confident level. We're going to be pushing to the upside after that, right? So let's see. I said it back in but last year, right? Let's take a look at it on Poloniex. I said it last year, right there, June, right? I was like, we needed to close above the monthly 211 EMA. XRP didn't, right? And back in September also, I was saying like, you know, we were looking very good, okay, very juicy. And I was like, oh man, we just need to push above the monthly 21 EMA, get a nice close above it, and the, you know, XRP bulls could get very excited, and we could see like some, you know, some 4 more move to the upside, you know, above 60 cents and so on. Right now we got like, let's say 10 days to go, right? So let's see, you know, if we're going to be, you know, we're going to be pushing to the upside, retest the 40 cents and try to stay there at least, right? Even if like price dip down later on, first week of December and all of that good stuff, it is going to be okay. Okay, it could be okay. We just want to see a close above it, and that could create a, you know, a very good sign of reversal for the XRP bulls, right? But once again, we have to stay above the monthly 21. If not, you know, closing below it, or, you know, dipping below it again might not trigger a bull run for the XRP bulls, right? So it is something that we just have to keep in, you know, trying to keep in mind, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Litecoin before we talk about Bitcoin Cash and DOT and all of that good stuff. So it seems like whenever, you know, whenever BTC is pumping, most of these alt, they're gonna take a, you know, they're gonna take a break, and then if BTC dump after that, they're gonna dump massively, but you know, they're gonna recover after that, right? So let's take a look at Litecoin. So Litecoin, I was looking for like basically 81 to 90, 91. We did break 81, looking very juicy on the 2-day chart, right? As you can see, like I was very bullish on Litecoin when Litecoin was like 50, 57, 58, just like sushi when sushi was like 57 cents, 58 cents, right? Before, you know, we get the breakout, I was like, guys, sushi gonna be looking good over the next few days and so on, right? I don't care about the fundamentals, I just take a look at the chart and all of that good stuff, right? So Litecoin is still looking good. We at resistance right now. It's not easy to be buying, but if you've been buying Litecoin, you know, in this range of $50 to even down to like low 50s, it is still a hold. Okay, it is still a hold, right? So I'm not saying we're gonna break it, but I still got a target up to like 91, and 91, it is like, let's take a look at it. If you take a look at the trend line right there, this yellow trend line, right? That's the level I'm looking for a possible rejection right there, up to basically you know, 90, 91 range. Okay, and we also got a nice you know, accumulation slash you know, rejection you know, back in like July 2019. So in terms of fib retracements, you can see like also 91 roughly. Just about like $100, actually 0.786. Okay, so we already broke 0.618, which was a, you know, roughly around like 73. We just don't have any other fib retracements, right? Fib retracement level to look for, but like $100 Litecoin. But in terms of like in terms of trend lines and resistance, just keep an eye on basically 90, 91, all the way up to basically $100. Okay, 0.888, we're going to talk about it once we break 91. Okay, we're going to talk about the 117, 120 and so on, right? So yes, that's true. I mean, alt BTC, I can't even basically do any TA on alt BTC right now. They just dropping. I mean, I don't know, they keep dropping, and only if I was expecting a bounce from Ethereum early this week, right? But it did break a you know, support area, but now it just bounced back up, right? But we're going to talk about alt BTC later on, right? So now let's take a look at DOT. So as you know, I was bullish on DOT over the last few days and so on, right? Even before the dump, I was like, let's take a look at my setup right there. So DOT, I was looking for resistance. I was bullish on DOT just about like when we were accumulating right there, just about $4, low $4 range, right? you can see like we just hit resistance, same thing. Okay, that's the same exact setup I'm expecting from Litecoin. So that just hit like 5.3, 5.4. Next key area to pay attention to going to be just about like mid $6 range. Okay, so but let's see, it can dip again, once again, to retest the trend line, the mid-range trend line, and basically look to basically once again you know, go back up to retest the top, right? But just keep an eye on it. It is still bullish. You know, it is still bullish basically. Okay, key support area to you know, to look for also going to be like a $4, just in case we break this key area. But this range going to be a buy range. Unless you're leveraging, you don't want to be basically long in it from this key area, right? Because if we dip down, you might be in trouble, right? You might be in trouble. But spot buy, it is very, very accumulative, and we could easily basically break 6.5 later on, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash, not fun to trade right now. It is not moving smoothly, right? It is not moving smoothly. I got a target up to 318, even like higher. However, I'm just not comfortable so far, right? Until we break this key level, right? So we took a nice entry from you know, Bitcoin Cash right there on this dip. You guys remember, I think it was like Saturday night, right? We took a nice entry right there. It dipped down, right, but bounced right back up, and I was like, oh man, look at this sucker, it just bounced back up, right? So but it, you know, it finally came back down, double bottom. So I'm starting to be bullish on it, but I just want to see it break above this key area, right? It's not easy to trade right now when, you know, price action is just not giving you any chance to stay, you know, on the trade for more than a few days. Like Bitcoin Cash, you might try to long it above this resistance, right? All of a sudden it's going to dip down, right? It's not clean. Basically, you want to see something like this. Okay, you pump, you drop, you know, correct, pump, correct, pump, correct. We needed to pump again, but you can see like it is still correcting. Okay, this entire move is still a correction, right? So let's see if we're going to be able to break this key area and start a new trend like this. Okay, where we're going to pump, retest this trend line, pump again, you know, drop, three-way move, and basically try to retest basically a 350 and so on. But you don't want to trade it right now. You don't want to be unless you're just buying and hodling. That's my personal opinion. I'm not saying like it's going to go to zero or all of that good stuff. What I'm saying is you do not want to trade this range. You just want to accumulate, right? And basically all the way down to support area, which is just about $200, because we can still dip back down to $200, right? But remember, Bitcoin Cash all-time high was like almost 5,000. So if you're buying it at $200, it is still pretty cheap, right? It is still pretty cheap. So ADA, ZILLIQA, THETA. So I'm bullish on ADA. So let's go ahead and take a look at ADA. So ADA, I got a target. So bulls still holding support right there for ADA. You know, you just need to break this key, key level of resistance. As soon as we break it, we got a trend line. Something like in crypto, it is good to know about Elliott waves, right? But before, I wasn't paying attention to most of these trend lines. but as you know, it seems like these trend lines, they worked. Okay, so just pay attention to them. It doesn't matter, like, you know, how good you are with Elliott waves. Pay attention to your trend lines, right? Because crypto, you know, love crypto people love trend lines, right? So the next key level to I'm looking for ADA going to be like 12.5 to 13 cents. It definitely, it can go higher, but just to respect you know, the trend line, it is going to be a take profit level, right? So very accumulative, you know, just about like 11 all the way down to basically 10 cents. This 10% range going to be very accumulative, and if you're comfortable enough, you can even wait for the retest of 15 cents, right? But however, something like you gotta keep in mind also is like ADA BTC is not looking that great. ADA BTC, it is still dipping down, right? So it is better to stay in BTC as of now. So even if ADA pump to the upside, it only means like BTC is pumping to the upside. You see what I'm saying? So because ADA BTC is not that great, I was expecting a reversal with the double bottom we got right there, right? With the bullish divergence, we got a nice bullish divergence right there, and I was like, you know, we might not break this 0.786, but it seems like we're going to be retesting like 0.888, which is just about like the low 500. So if you guys remember also back then last year, right, November, December, and all of that good stuff, I was saying like, you know, by ADA 480 and below, it is going to be a very, very good level to be accumulating ADA at, right? So accumulate 480 and below, and target was like 1100, right? So it was like a 3x move versus BTC, and we pump all the way up. We got some 4 more move, pump all the way up to 1300. So once again, we could be, you know, replicating the same scenario once again, right? And looking forward to accumulate all the way down to like a 450 again. Okay, it's not that far away. Okay, it is just about like another 30% drop versus BTC. It's not a lot. All right, 20% drop. These suckers can drop like 30% in one day. So ADA dropping back down to the low 400, it is very, very possible. So let's just keep that in mind, right? But ADA USD, I'm still bullish, right? I'm still bullish on ADA USD. You know, until we basically break this trend line support, then I could be looking for like 382 pullback, which is almost like 6 cents. Remember, I'm looking for this move. However, breaking this key support area could take us down to a 6 cents. So keep that in mind, right? I mean, BTC to 40K, I mean, it who knows? Okay, we're gonna basically take it step by step. Once we break 20K, we're gonna see. But the way I'm looking at Alto right now is like, it doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't make sense, right? Because BTC is so bullish, right? ADA is bullish. ADA USD, right, got another possible like 10%. However, ADA BTC looks like it's gonna drop down like 20%. So what does it mean? It means like BTC has to be very, very bullish. So, and can we see a 40K BTC, right? That's possible, right? So, but we need to break 20K first before we make that argument if we're gonna be, you know, seeing like a, you know, 40K BTC, right? That's very possible. I'm not saying BTC cannot break for, you know, 20K, pump to like 25, 30, and so on. BTC is crazy. I've seen it back in 2017, from like Thanksgiving to like mid-December, 3 weeks, this sucker pumped like almost 3x. So from like 8K to like a 20K. So don't ever say never, all right? Don't never say never. So let's take a look at ZILLIQA. ZILLIQA looks very, very bad also versus BTC, because ZILLIQA BTC, I got a setup when, you know, when we hit like a 194 to 100 range. I was like, guys, let's not buy in this range, because remember, same thing, guys, we bought the bottom. Okay, we bought the bottom for ZILLIQA just about like 56, right? That's when we started buying ZILLIQA. Most people have been FOMOing on ZILLIQA, right? And I told you told you, pay key, the key area to pay attention to going to be your June 2019 high, right? For most alt, they just retested like June 2019, but most people have been calling for like 100x, 1000x ZILLIQA, and I was like, man, this sucker gonna dump like at least 6%, right? So you can see like I'm still looking for lower numbers. I mean, can we basically find the support at low 100 sats? Absolutely, but I'm just looking for like, let's see, 105 to 81. So it is a good time right now to start like accumulating. I'm not saying it cannot dip lower once again, but a stronger buy zone, right? It is going to be 45 to 60 sats, which means like we're going to see another 50% cut, a possible 50% cut, right? From current level. So, and so if you're bullish, be cautious. If you're bearish, you might be, start like looking to, looking for lower numbers, right? So let's take a look at ZILLIQA USD. ZILLIQA USD, as you can see, like I'm still, we had two targets, right? The first one was like to the downside, and the second one was like to the upside, right? So of course, right, upside and downside. So now we push into the upside. BTC basically, we broke this key level of resistance, which is like 0.021, right? So I'm still looking for the 25 range right there, 0.025, which is like key level of resistance. If you take a look at it from the June 2020 high, August 2020 high, right? I'm looking for another high right there. But let's see if BTC is going to allow us to basically push to that level, which is another nice 20% move at least, right? All right, looking for a nice 19% move, right? So 25, right? So, but ZILLIQA BTC is very bad. So what does it mean? If we're going to be pumping to the upside 25%, it only means like probably BTC going to be pumping 25%, right? That's the only thing it means, right? I'm not saying BTC will, but if ZILLIQA is bullish, right? ZILLIQA USD is bullish, but ZILLIQA BTC is very bearish, right? It only means, BTC USD has to be very, very bullish. So let's just be cautious, right? So THETA is moving sideways, looking for the retest of the low 60s. That's why I haven't, touched it over the last few days, few weeks, right? It had a nice setup though. So we're gonna talk about the YFII too. Our YFII target was like 2,500 for me. We hit 2,500, so but it is still pumping. So let's see. So let me know when BTC breaks 20K. So let's take a look at the 8 hour. So when you take a look at the 8 hour, I don't know if you guys remember or not, right? But remember when YFII was right there, we said, if we do not break this key area, we're most likely going to be reversing back to 71.74. We did that exactly. We moved sideways down to like a falling wedge, right? Broke this level in a three-way move. It doesn't look impulsive so far. So I'm expecting another retest of basically 55, 57 area. Okay, not saying it will, but that's what I'm expecting. If we get it, I'd be interested in, right, taking a position on it. However, if it pushes, if like we see a push to the upside, I want to see a break above this key level. So in this range, I'm going to be looking for another push to the upside. However, if we doesn't retest like the support area 57 and break above this trend line, I'm gonna be looking for a further move to the upside. But the bearish setup for YFII is like on a 2-day basis. It hasn't retested the 100 EMA on a 2-day basis, which is like roughly around like 45 cents. that's going to be a very, very strong buy area. Okay, very, very strong buy area. I said it on band, Link also, right? When Link was dropping from like $20, I was like 7.8, going to be a good level to be buying, and Link is up 100%, right? And you guys know I was the biggest bear on Link, right? So keep an eye on it. You could be taking like a short-term trades in this range, which is just going to be noise, right? However, the big trade could basically come from 45 cents, if and only if we basically break this support area. All right, so I'm pretty set up. I got a pretty good setup for THETA. I just want to see it like, I just want to see like price action to move in a defined way, so we can basically take a trade, from it, right? RSR. I never traded RSR, but let's see. I know this sucker pumped, but let me add it to the watch list. It is just like TRB. I never traded TRB, right? But that sucker pumped so hard. So I finally like added to my watch list like a few weeks back, right? And we actually took a trade from it like $25, and I'm looking for $36 to $46. It didn't hit yet 36, but we hit like 32, right? And so it doesn't have much of a history. So let's just assume like the move we got right now, right? It is going to be an impulse wave, right? So remember you can get multiple impulse waves, right? I haven't been talking about Elliott wave forever now, but you can get multiple impulse wave in a corrective waves, right? In a corrective wave, you can get an impulse wave in a corrective wave. What does it mean, right? It means like when you get a zigzag, right? Within your zigzag correction, you're gonna get two impulse waves, right? You're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're gonna get this correction down, right? This move, you're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're gonna get a small ABC right there, and you're gonna get another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So both of these 5 waves are pretty much impulsive waves, right? Because they're 5, right? You got 5, 3, 5. That's why they call it 5, 3, 5s, right? It is very important to understand those numbers, right? And you got 5, 3, 5. The 3 waves, it can either be a zigzag, another small zigzag. It can also be a flat, right? And when it becomes very complex, you just call it a WXY, right? But not to get into like all that good stuff, let's just call it another ABC correction, right? So if you take a look at the RSI right now, right, we could say either, right, the prior move, right, was impulse, right, and the current move we got right now, it is the ABC correction, right? And we could look for another 5-way move down. Okay, that's the first possibility, right? However, the second possibility, you could just say the bullish setup, right? You could just say this entire move, right, we got, okay, it is just not the entire move, but you could just say like this entire impulse move we got was the bottom. We just hit the bottom, and we're going to start a new impulse move. Okay, we're going to start a new impulse move, and if we're going to start a new impulse move, you're going to be looking at it as a 1, 2, and you're going to be looking for your wave number 3, right? Wave number 4, wave number 5, right? Forget about this bear setup, right? So that's what you could be looking for, right? But let's just assume, like, you know, we're in a bull run and this sucker gonna be pumping back up to all-time high. I'm assuming that's all-time high, right? Which is like 0.003 and so on, right? 0.038, right? So let's just keep that in mind. If we're going to be looking for 1.618 extension, you could be looking for exactly right there, 1.618 extension going to be at all-time high, right? And then we could be dipping down again in a very, choppy corrective wave before pushing to the upside. So to me, it is very impulsive. So I would just sit tight, relax, try to enjoy the ride all the way up to basically 0.003. I'm not trading it, but all I'm saying is it looks like another third wave coming up, right? This third wave, coming right there. We're gonna get the third wave all the way up to all-time high. That's what I'm assuming, right? But remember, it has a bear setup, and I already showed you the bear setup just in case, we're already done with this zigzag correction, and then we're gonna be looking for lower numbers, right? So you make your own personal judgment, right? Based on how you want to trade it. Hey, what's up, Zafri Mode? Loom and ZILLIQA. Loom, I hope you took some profit when Loom pumped like to 300 sats. In our premium, we said let's take some profits, and we're gonna buy the dip later on, right? So we're gonna take a look at YFII afterward. So as you can see, after we got this big, that's Loom BTC. Okay, look at Loom BTC. That sucker just pumped out of nowhere. So after we got this pump right there, exactly, I was like, if we hit like 300s, just make sure to take at least 60 to 80% profits, right? And basically just hold on to the rest, right? Because the sucker can still do this. Okay, just keep the rest, right? Even if it dip down, we can add back on down to like 75. Because I was expecting like Link to not Link but Loom to hit like 75 sats, but right at like 113 it pumped out of nowhere, just like Civic. Okay, it pumped out of nowhere. But if you're still holding it, you probably gonna be holding it longer. I'm not saying you will, but you might have to wait like for the for price action to retest the trend line just about like 70. Not telling you to sell or buy or anything, okay? All I'm saying is, according to your to the structure, we could be looking for 75 sats 75 sats range, right? Or even lower, right? I was very bullish on Loom, right? You guys remember when before the pump I was saying buy this sucker, right there. Okay, I was saying buy this sucker like right around like 150 to 200 range. If you bought it, you would be selling like, we didn't hit my 600 target. However, we did hit like just about like 390 to 450 area. Okay, so even if you bought right there, most of you guys don't wait for the final target anyway. If you're 100% up, you just sell, right? Which was like June 2019 resistance also. So that was my secret for alt. Whenever I buy right here, gotta be able to take profit June 2019, May 2019 resistance, right? And why June 2019 and May 2019? Because BTC topped out May 2019, June 2019, right? You guys remember June 24th, that's when BTC topped out. So that was the level of resistance when BTC topped out. Alt did dump, alt did not pump. So that's why we have to be very, very cautious when BTC basically, if BTC going to top out like at 20K, it doesn't mean like alt going to be pumping, because alt could be dumping. Okay, so just be cautious, right? Because we've seen it before. It's not like we haven't seen it before, right? So let's take a look at YFII USD. YFII 2, so you can see, like I showed you previously my target, right? My previous analysis, right? I was like, if we break this key area, my next upside potential is like 2450 to 2550. Right now we're breaking it. Next upside potential, it is almost 4K. right? So better just sit on it. If you took some profits, some of you guys in our premium, right, like Satoshi in our premium group, he took profits at 24, I think even before 24.50, right? But he loves to take profits before target, right? Which is good, right? But if you don't take all your profit, just sit on it. So because it is looking very, very, very juicy as of now, right? It is looking very juicy. No sign of reversal. No sign of reversal, right? So, but once again, in terms of wave analysis, that's what I tried to show you earlier. This move could be a correction right there. This could be a correction, and then we're gonna get this move down, right? And then the move down you're gonna get could be like that. Okay, let me just show you. You could get this move down also, right? So let's just keep that in mind and retest the trend line somewhere around here. But as of now, wouldn't be try to focus on like the bearish setup. It is bullish. You just stay with the trend because we got another potential upside target at 4K, right? But if you entered somewhere around like 1650 to 1750, you know, you're good. Okay, you're good. Just put a stop loss if you're leveraging it, and basically enjoy the ride, right? Until we basically see a bear setup, right? That's a bear setup, but it's not confirmed yet, so no need to worry too much about it. Don't even have it there, right? Yeah, I know you're talking about the YFII 1. I would like to call them YFII 1 and YFII 2. so the sucker Wi-Fi, the good Wi-Fi, this sucker is the most it's the most volatile asset right now in the crypto space. I remember when it was making this move, I was bullish because it was a bullish setup, right? It was, you know, we pumped it upside, we got a, you know, flat correction, you're expecting another pump, but it started dipping. So, and I was like right around like 40, I think I started trading it like somewhere around like 40K, right? And I was like, I got a target for it like down to like a 20K. So in the premium, I think somebody thought like I was joking, right? But this sucker did dump all the way down to like 20K, pump right back up, and I started lining up my targets all the way down here. But this sucker decided to dump all the way down to 0.786 and so on, right? 0.618 action. You can see like we dip right at 0.618. So it is a good sign. It is very, very bullish right now, right? It is very, very bullish, right? So I wouldn't be surprised to see this sucker like 100K over the next few months. I'm not saying this year, next week, and so on, but if like we're going to be getting another extension of the initial move from this 3K area, right, on Binance, right? You got one. If you do an extension, you're gonna see like it is almost 75,000. If like we're gonna be getting another wave to the upside, a 1-to-1 extension going to be roughly. No. The sucker is more than that. The sucker is more than that, right? It's more, okay? It's more. 1-to-1 extension alone, it is going to be like 130K, right? 130K. Got 1-to-1 extension. What I mean 1-to-1 extension, the first impulse wave, if we're going to replicate it from this 0.618 extension, the same equal distance going to be at 130K, right? So it is very bullish, guys. It is very bullish. It is not a call, it is just an analysis. So I'm not trading it. So it is up to you to decide if you want to wait for, or you basically do whatever you want with it, right? I mean, it is number 2, right? After BTC, of course, right? So I would assume like you're gonna be going with the best, not not the 3rd or 4th, on the coin market cap. But it is up to you. You can just accumulate whichever one you want, right? But personally, I would say like Ethereum. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Tezos. So I got some upside target for Tezos. I think Tezos is, you know, it is very, very undervalued right now. You take a look at it from the March lows, right? Like 95 cents, right? You can see like we only up like 127% from the March low over the last 8 months, right? Something like that, right? You can see that's very, very undervalued. So I'm expecting some big move from Tezos over the next few months and so on. So if you're bullish on Tezos, that might be a good sign to be, you know, to be accumulating Tezos, right? Let's take a look at Tezos XTZ. Yes, if you take a look at Tezos, it seems like we correcting in a big way. Okay, you can see like we got this move. This move, it is still very corrective, right? So this entire move, we could get another push to the upside. It could just take time because that's a weekly time frame, but it looks very juicy right now in terms of a correction. So keep an eye on Tezos, right? Keep an eye on Tezos. So let's go back to Link because I wanted to talk about Link on the macro scale. Just in case like we break all-time high. So guys, if you're new to our content, make sure to hit the likes, make sure to join our public Telegram group, link in the description. Don't forget to basically subscribe if you haven't done so. So if you're already subscribed, just make sure to you know, click on the notification bell so you can get all my notification right when I'm going live. So Link USD, right? The thing is with Link USD is like, yes, it is overall bullish, right? And we're moving sideways right there, just about like $14 to $13 range. And if you basically connect the previous highs, right there, just by like December 17, right, bull run, $1.40, $1.50 range, and basically the June 2019 high, right? You can see that we did try to break above the same exact trend line, right? But you can see like bears stepped in and basically rejected the price, and right now we're basically looking to retest it again, once again. So we just have to be very patient and see if Link gonna be able to break above it, retest it, and we could be looking for like almost like $50 Link, right? Not saying $50 exactly we're gonna hit it, but because if you connect, like if you get another trend line right there, if you just ignore the second trend line, and I mean second touch right there, like of the second you know, pump, you can see like if we pump to the upside, we could be following this trend line all the way up to sometime like $50 and so on. Not $50 exactly, but you know, $30 to a $40 Link right there, right? So the bullish trend line, I'm watching it very cautiously. So these are the three trend lines I'm going to be watching for Link. It is going to be the blue, you know, this blue trend line, the first one. Let's just change this one to green, the green trend line, right, for a possible, you know, retest. But we have to basically break the $14 range. Okay, I'm bullish on it. So that it is a major resistance. As you can see, previous rejection, previous rejection right there. So that's going to be a major rejection. So if we can pump above it, retest it, we could be looking for higher prices for Link, right? However, to the downside, we also got a good support, which is also, you know, the last two picked, right? Last two picks, you can see like rejection right there, rejection, the white line, Okay, similarly, it is acting as a support. So if we dump down to like $8 range, right, even down to the blue line, just about like $5 and so on, I already showed you like 50% to 0.618 pullback. It is also going to be a good level to be accumulating link. So either way you look at it, it could be very accumulative in this range. We could see like a big accumulation if we do not break the red line. We could be looking for a good accumulation range for link before we basically look to retest like the the trend line sometime next year and so on, right? Which could be above like $50. That's what I meant to say, above $50 range, right? So I wouldn't be panicking even if like link dip down, right? So if you are basically bullish on link. With the one just above YFII. So we already talked about the YFII. So another asset also we talked about previously was like VeChain. If you guys been following our channel long enough, you know VeChain. We said when we had the China, I think it was China Walmart good news, right? And this sucker pump to like 100 sats from like 33. I said exactly we're gonna be buying again at 33 to 40 sats range. We're gonna be accumulating right there. So, and we're gonna be selling somewhere around like 230, right? And we did exactly sold right around this range, but the rest of the market been calling for 100x. We did say, guys, we're gonna be reaccumulating because it is versus BTC. So if you just trade the market alt to BTC pair, all you needed to do is just go back to BTC, right, and start reaccumulating again right now. So it is almost like at right now like 60. So if you take a look at it in terms of fib retracements, that's the level I was looking for, 0.786, right, to 0.888. That's the range right now. That's the same exact level I was looking for. Okay, 0.786 to 0.888. Does it mean we're gonna be pumping to the upside right away? I don't think so. Okay, I don't think we got a chance right now to just pump right away without basically making a nice accumulation, high lows, and basically get the next the next peak to the upside. And we're going to talk about it later on once we get a very good accumulation range. And I'm going to be looking for a probable 350 sats to 400 sats next. But let's see what type of a sideways correction we're going to get in this range and how long it is going to be, because we don't want to get like another pump to the upside, like 24-hour pump, like 100% move and all of that good stuff. We want to see a constant buying pressure and rejection and all of that good stuff, something similar to that. And then we're going to be basically looking for another nice move to the upside. I mean, if BTC dumps, everything will dump. Okay, everything will dump. All right. So not just Wi-Fi or connection, whatever you want to call it, right? But let's go back to BTC, because it will be, I don't know, we could say like we're in a bull market really, and we could see alt pump in 2021, and we're going to see alt all-time high in 2021. But the way alt looking versus BTC is not very convincing. Okay, I want to see over the next, like, let's say 8 to 10 weeks, right, for alt to be moving sideways, right, and basically pump above a 3-day 21 EMA, and we're going to be comfortable of looking for higher numbers. Take a look at algo. I was very bullish on algo, right, when algo was right around this area of above the 21 EMA 3-day chart, right? we started like saying buy algo, buy algo, buy algo, right? That's when we started, and you can see like algo pump to 6,000. Okay, almost like, you know, almost, you know, 2.5, 3x move, right? You can see like right there. Okay, so 185% move versus BTC. But right now you can see like we just breaking support area. It is not something to play around with. You don't want to play with these type of moves, because let's see, show you 88 BTC. So you take a look at 88 BTC. Last time we did something like that, right? We did dip down. Okay, we dipped down from like 1,000 sats, right, all the way down to like 400 sats. That's very bad. That's very bad, right? That's almost 50% move, right? And I was very, very, very bullish on ADA when ADA was in this range, right? Before the breakout to the upside, and hit my exact target like 1971, 1950 area. And you can see like after that, oh man, look at it. Okay, look at it. We're still making low highs. Okay, still making low highs, right? So we just have to be cautious, because just because BTC is pumping doesn't mean alt they have to pump, right? And ADA dumping like 50% below, you're looking at like 200 sats. That's not good. Okay, that's not good. So this could be a very, very interesting week. Once again, for the bulls, they pumping, that's good. All right, bulls, you know, market is looking very juicy. All we have to do is just hold on to your BTC, not try to leverage it or anything, right? Just hold on to it, okay? And as I said in my premium, take profits every 500 points. It goes up above like 17.3. Take every 5 above 17.3, right? 17.8, you know, 18.3, 18.8. Take profit, okay? Every 500 points, take 10% profits, and basically lock it in, because you know, if we close below 16K before Sunday, guys, I don't think we will, but it will be doom time. It will be doom time. Something to remember, right? If we close below 16K, that's going to create a bearish a possible shooting star, right? So, and bulls, they're pretty excited right now, and they're not paying attention, right? But if we close below Sunday, once again, not saying we will, right? But if we close below Sunday, something like this, okay? We close the candle like that and close it even like that. That's it, guys. You know it's going to be doom time, right? You know it's going to be doom time. Price going to retest 50% of the week, right? So, but it is going to be doom time. It is going to be doom time. Don't see anything bearish, man. Everything is bullish so far. Yeah. Right there. Yep, got a nice support from the 21 EMA, pump to the upside. Good land here. Yes, I cover Ether already. Let's go back to Ether, because Ether broke 500 already, so it's not a so So Ether, we already covered. Ether already broke above 500. So accumulation range was just about like 477, 475, all the way down to 450. We broke it, so it is still looking good. It is still bullish. Upside target to look for, you know, mid 500 to like a, you know, 560 area, right? So wouldn't be doing any in and out. On the bigger picture for Ether, the most important thing is like to close above on a 2-day basis, right? Previously I said it when Ether was like 480 in my premium. I was like, if we close above like 477 on a 2-day chart, that's it. Every move is going to be buy the dip type of a structure. Don't try to short it. I did not try to short Ether anywhere around this area. Okay, I was just buying the dip, accumulate, buy the dip, okay, because I knew my next target was like a 15 to 20% move, right? From 450 all the way down to 550, right? So I don't want to basically be taking a short position for like a 3-4% when I know the upside potential is like up to 25%. So you just do it low leverage, 2 to 3x. You just buy the dip. You don't worry about like anything else. Just put your stop loss below, okay, and just buy the dip, right? But you can go back and rewatch it, okay, so you know what I talked about regarding Ethereum. Yep, link is breaking out still, so keep an eye on link, guys. Short-term bullishness all the way up to like $17 to $18, right? So now we're starting to get a real trend in this range. So it could move very fast in this range, right? So could move very fast, unlike the choppiness we got right there. Yep, buying alt after big correction is much smarter. So you know, it is not time to be, I mean, I wouldn't say it is not time, but after the crash it'll be a better time. But most people are going to be fearful, and they're going to be very scared to buy the dip when it crashed. So you want to start buying before even it crashes, right? You just don't want to go all in and all of that good stuff, right? We already hit this 67, 61. So we did not cover NEO so far, but you know, we've been talking about NEO. We needed to basically break 16.3, 16.5 range. It is still moving around the same key area, so I'm still looking for the $18 to $19 NEO. So let's see if we're going to be able to break it, and if we do, we can basically start to shoot up to a $25, you know, previous rejection right there, right, over the next few days and so on. A 30% correction for BTC. You would be looking at, let's take a look at the weekly. A 30% correction, you're looking at 13K. So see, the volume is pretty big on Bybit, and I mentioned it in my premium group, right, regarding the BTC volume. Let's take a look at it on the weekly. So, and we did talk about like how volume moves, right? So you can see that we just hit like resistance, in terms of volume. So that's incredibly crazy. Like, it is extremely high on Bybit. The volume is crazy volume on Bybit. Not even on Binance. On Binance, the volume is not that high still, but on Bybit, we got like 500,000 volume this week alone. Last week we got 500,000, right? This week, I mean, gosh, the next two days gonna be very interesting, guys. So why it is gonna be very interesting, because you can see, like, we already got 500,000 trading volume over the last, actually this week, right? And last week we only got like 530,000, and we got like over 48 hours to go to close the weekly candle. So it means we could get at least another 200,000 to 300,000 trading volume. And if all that volume going to be buying pressure, it means like it is most likely going to break all-time high. It is most likely to break 20K. So something to keep in mind, right? The breakout volume we got right there was like 600 almost 700,000. So another 700,000 this week, it means like we're going to be breaking 20K, if and only if we can basically get 700,000 buying pressure, right? Not selling pressure. All right, guys, I'm just going to call it a day. So if you're new to our content, don't forget to smash the likes. Don't forget to join the public Telegram group. Subscribe to the channel, and basically be cautious out there. Market going to be very volatile over the next few days and so on, right? All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching.